Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. And today I'm going to talk about when you go no contact with the narcissist, do they replace you? Someone actually asked me this question, and I need to explain it to some people because some people are just in the dark, all right? Let me explain something to you about narcissists. When you got with the narcissist, 99% of the time, the narcissist was not single. They had somebody that they were talking to. It's usually an ex, okay? A lot of times they're still hoovering their exes, they're on break with their ex, or they're still talking to their ex, all right? Or they could have situationships where they could be, let's say, on a dating app and they're talking to multiple people, or they could have a situationship where they're not in a relationship, but they're having sex with someone. So when you met the narcissist, they were never completely single, okay? Understand this. They were never completely single. They were always talking to somebody, all right? They may not necessarily, quote unquote, be in a relationship, but they had somebody else in the mix, okay? There's always someone in the background that they're dealing with. Only you don't know that because the narcissist fools you by giving you plenty of attention. This is how they fool you in the beginning. They're calling you nonstop. They even have you on the phone for hours. And you say to yourself, well, there couldn't be somebody else, right? They're always on the phone with me. Well, narcissists they think they're clever, okay? They find ways to contact other supply. When you're sleeping, they love when you go to sleep because that gives them free reign to talk to other supply, be on social media, be in inbox, be on dating apps, okay? Hoover exes, inbox exes, contact them. So when you go no contact with a narcissist, all right, understand this. That narcissist is not sitting on the couch crying over you, all right? You'd be very naive to think that the narcissist is sitting there and, mourning the loss of you. That narcissist is busy with whoever they had the whole time that they were with you, okay? Then they might be giving that person more attention now and focusing in on them. Or they're just out prospecting for more and more supply. When you go no contact with a narcissist, that's a narcissistic injury. And I will tell you that a lot of these narcissists are going to be out there sleeping around to get back at you. They figure, okay, you want to go no contact with me? Now I'm going to sleep with everything that walks to make myself feel better, make myself feel validated. I'm going to punish you for going no contact with me. So don't ever think that when you go no contact with that narcissist, that narcissist is sitting there and crying, because they're not. I'm sorry to tell you, but that narcissist is going to want to replace you like they already have replaced you, all right? Even when you were with them, there was already somebody there. And usually by the time of no contact, half the time you go in no contact with the narcissist, it is because the narcissist is acting funny. And they're acting funny. Maybe they're running cold on you. The reason they're running cold on you is because they're running warm with someone else. So now maybe you're getting disgusted because you're not getting the love that you deserve. Or maybe that narcissist is devaluing you. When that narcissist devalues you, ding, 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 it's because that narcissist has someone else and they don't care. Now they don't care about losing you. If they could feel that comfortable about devaluing you, it's because they know they got a backup somewhere that if today or tomorrow you say, I'm out of here, I'm going no contact or whatever, they don't care because they have somebody else. So by the time of no contact, you could trust and believe that narcissist has somebody already. And what they're going to do is they're going to give that person a lot of attention now. Not only are they going to give that person a lot of attention, but they're also going to have a backup to the new supply, okay? So because narcissists don't just deal with one. They've got to always have a backup to a backup to a backup because they never want to be left in a position where they're alone. So that narcissist that you went no contact with is not alone. Listen to me when I tell you, because I get people. I had somebody get on a post and she goes, oh no, because I did a post about when the narcissist dumps you. And I talked about the narcissist will dump you when they know they have that other supply locked in. And this woman got on and she really didn't have a clue, okay? And she said, oh, this isn't true. This isn't true. It's when you put up that boundary, they leave you and then they go find someone else. Wrong, okay? No, a narcissist is not going to just go out and is not going to leave you because of a boundary, okay? They're going to leave you when they know that they have someone else locked in, because they're not going to take a chance of being alone. This is one of the biggest fears of the narcissist. So they're not going to say, oh, okay, you put up a boundary. Now I'm going to leave you. Now I got nobody. Oh my gosh, I got nobody. Now I got to try to drum somebody up. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to hang around when you put that boundary up. They're probably going to break that boundary when you're not looking, okay? And then as soon as they know that they have another supply in place, that's when they're going to be like, I'm out of here. And that's when they're going to dump you, when they know that they have that other supply locked in, okay? So, you guys, understand this. You have been replaced. When you go no contact, you have definitely been replaced. And here's the joke of it. If you ever break no contact and you get back with that narcissist, you know what that narcissist is going to do? I'm going to tell you what they're going to do. They're going to lie to you and tell you that they were crying over you. They were upset over you. They really missed you. Oh, they're so glad that you contacted them. They're going to be real nice when you break that no contact, because now they have the power. Now they know they got you. And now they're going to be nice to draw you back in. Okay. But then they're going to go back to their wicked ways once they know they have you hook, line, and sinker. But what they're going to do is they're going to blatantly lie and say that they were depressed. They missed you so much. They were hoping that you would contact them. Meanwhile, the reality of it is, the minute you went no contact with them, they were on that phone 24/7 lining up supply. They were inviting supply over to their house, or they were going to a supply's house probably the same day or the day after to hook up with somebody, because they got to make themselves feel better, okay? They don't ever want to feel abandoned by you or abandoned by anybody. So the way they do that is by instant gratification, pleasure. They needed that sex. So when you go no contact with the narcissist, they're going to try to have as much sex as possible so that they could feel better about themselves. That's what they want. And it's also revenge against you. Okay, you want to go no contact with me? Now I'm going to fuck everything that walks as revenge to you for you walking out of my life. And then what they're going to do, all right, some may post on social media and some might not, okay? Depends on the narcissist. Some may post that they're out partying, having a good time to irritate you, and some may not. Some may, leave nothing there to make you wonder so that you do reach out to them. All right. And some may try to provoke you by showing that they're out having a good time and everything like that to try to stick it up your nose. All right. So understand this. Narcissists, they will replace you. They will replace anyone. Narcissists aren't loyal to anybody. So unfortunately, you see, this is the problem that I have with some influencers out there that say you were not replaceable to the narcissist. Everybody is replaceable to a narcissist. That is a blatant lie. And I hate when influencers go and tell people this and they mislead them and think that they were not, that they are not replaceable. I'm sorry to tell you, but in a narcissist's mind, everybody is replaceable, okay? You are an object to that narcissist. And if someone else can offer the same things that you offer, then you are replaceable to that narcissist. You've got to look at yourself as not a human being with feelings and emotions. Narcissists don't care about your feelings or emotions or your kind heart unless they want to manipulate that kind heart for supply. They care about what can you do for me? And if this other person can do what you could do, most definitely they can replace you. And people get replaced all the fucking time. So I wish these influencers that are out there saying this shit would stop misleading people and making them think that, oh, the narcissist feels they can never replace you. That is a lie. That is a fucking lie. If a narcissist comes back to you, it's because they need you, okay? But there's plenty of narcissists that don't come back, okay? Not every narcissist does come back. A lot of them do. They will try you. They like to have different supply everywhere. You're a different flavor of the week, okay? But they don't necessarily need you if they have another supply that meets their needs. Period, dot, end of story. There's people that have been married to a narcissist for 20 years, 30 years, and the narcissist may leave them for somebody younger or somebody richer, okay? They're not looking to get back with you because they've moved on to somebody else. They've already dried up the supply with you. And now the narcissist wants something new, okay? So unfortunately, this is how narcissists are. You are replaceable. Everybody is replaceable to the narcissist. And you see this in families too. How narcissistic parents could just throw away a kid because that kid is not showing them enough attention or not beating to the drum, okay? So, but if that parent has a golden child, they don't care about the other child because all they need is somebody to feed their ego. So they don't care, okay? Because they don't want to compromise themselves because of their pride. So they can, throw away even their own children if their children challenges them. And that's where you have scapegoats that go and they're not talking to their parents for the rest of their lives, okay? So understand this. If they have other people that could fill that void, like the golden child or other people that kiss up to the narcissist, they won't even care about their own children that are, not doing that. So the bottom line is everybody can be replaced by the narcissist if the narcissist has other supply, okay? So did that narcissist, did they replace you when you went no contact? They replaced you even during the relationship. I got news for you, okay? A lot of people, when they met the narcissist was cheating on them from day fucking one. Day one, gang. Day one. It wasn't because you did something wrong to that narcissist that all of a sudden you found out they cheated on you. Understand this. When a narcissist cheats on you, that's the one time you saw them cheat on you. But there might have been 25 other times that you don't even know about. And they're lying to you and saying, oh, this just happened, whatever. It's because you were always working all the time and this and that. Meanwhile, that narcissist was cheating from day one. Why? Because they can, all right? Because they could get away with it. A narcissist is going to do what they can get away with. That's what they're going to do. But eventually, the longer they're in the game, the higher the probability they get caught. It's like a gambler. The longer you're in the game, the higher the probability you're going to lose your money. And this is how narcissists get exposed. Because eventually, all their dirty manipulation tricks eventually get exposed, okay? Because it's not the truth. And what's in the dark always comes out into the light. And this is what happens. So understand this. The narcissist didn't just replace you once you went no contact. There was absolutely nothing you could do, okay? That narcissist, even when you were with them, even emotionally, they might have replaced you, okay? They may not have physically cheated on you in some cases, but they could have emotionally cheated on you just by flirting with other supply on social media, all right? by liking somebody's posts 300 times to try to see if somebody would inbox them. Okay? That's like, that's the way they secretly cheat as well, because they're emotionally cheating. So it's not when you went no contact that, do they cheat? Did they replace me during no contact? You were replaced from day one, because the narcissist was never all in the relationship. They never said, oh, you're the one for me, and I'm not going to look at another person, and I'm putting all my energy and everything into you. No, deep down and secretly, that's not what they wanted or were planning or intending to do. They told you that, and you believed them, okay? It's like I tell half the people, when they come back and they say, well, the narcissist said this and the narcissist said that. The first thing I say to them is, and you believed it? And you believed it? Why are you believing anything out of a liar's mouth? The minute that you know you're dealing with a narcissist is the minute that you know you're dealing with a liar. So what does that mean? That means you can't believe a fucking word that comes out of their mouths, all right? So you have to look at how this person, their actions tell you everything, and their past and their behaviors tell you everything, not what they say. So many people are gullible today. Oh my gosh. So many people are gullible. They believe everything they hear, and they believe everything they hear in the news and the media. That's why you got so many brainwashed people out there that don't even know what the truth is anymore, because they believe everything they hear on the media, okay? Without questioning it, and understand that there's an intent behind that media outlet to brainwash you and manipulate you. But people, they do this all the time. They believe every fucking thing that somebody tells them. All right? And you know what? These manipulators love it. They love it because they love to be able to manipulate stupid people that don't question what they're saying. All right? And that's why you have a mess in this world today. All right? Because people are naive and they believe everything they hear. And it's the same thing with this, you guys. So understand this. The narcissist, they have replaced you, okay? They have replaced you. Even when you were with that narcissist from day one, they emotionally had somebody that they were chatting with from day one. I guarantee it, okay? I guarantee it. And so many people are fooled and they think, oh no, I know they were just with me, or how do they do this? They do it anytime they can. They could go meet people on their lunch hour. They could go meet people before work and tell you they're sleeping. They could go meet people when they tell you they're going to bed, or have somebody over their place and say, oh, I'm going to bed, babe, all right, and have somebody over. And you would never fucking know, all right? You would never fucking know. So a lot of this was going on in your relationship and you didn't even know it. But you know what happens? I'm going to tell you what happens. Later on, what's in the dark always comes out into the light, and you're going to hear things. You're going to hear things, or people are going to come back and tell you this like years later. Did you know that they were doing this? Did you know that they were doing that? It could even be their own flying monkeys eventually come out and tell you things, all right? That's why they don't want you around the flying monkeys. They're afraid they're going to rat them out and tell you something that'll get them busted, all right? Because the flying monkeys know what the narcissist is doing. You don't know, but their flying monkeys know, without a doubt. Their friends, their family, they know what they're doing, all right? 99% of the time. So they didn't just replace you, okay? You've been replaced. You have been replaced. And at the point of no contact, that just means that the narcissist is going to go and they're going to have more of a good time. They're going to enjoy their freedom. They're going to be, they're going to love the fact that they have their freedom. And then, you know what's going to happen? They're going to hit a wall, okay? They're going to hit a wall because they're going to miss your supply. 99% of the time, they're going to miss your supply. And that's when you're going to hear from the narcissist, because narcissists get bored. So even if somebody has the same supply as you, all right, they could get bored with it. And that's when they may circle around and ring-a-ling-a-ling. how you been? They don't even bring up the argument, how you been, okay? But meanwhile, that narcissist during no contact was out and fucking everything that walks, okay? Because that's what they do. And they're going to do it to spite you because they're vindictive. And that's how narcissists get revenge. I actually had a narcissist that told me that, who said, oh, if I wanted to get back at you, all I got to do is cheat on you. So this is what they'll do. They'll cheat on you for revenge, and you go in no contact is their way of getting revenge on you, is to screw everything around, okay? Sorry to be so blunt, but this is what they are, okay? They're dirty, they're dogs, they have no morals and values, they don't care, and they want to feel better about themselves, okay? It makes them feel better if they sleep around and they figure, oh, okay, you don't want to deal with me? Okay, well, I'm going to have a good time for myself and make myself feel better so that I don't have to feel the pain of you going no contact with me and shutting the door and feeling abandoned by you. If I sleep around with a bunch of different people, that makes me feel better. I know I'm wanted. See, they equate sex with being wanted. They feel the more sex they have with different partners, the more, they're more wanted. Oh, look, all these people want me, okay? So it's a really sick mindset. But understand this, the narcissist, you were always replaced in their minds, always, because they were never all in. Never all in. And you never want to take a narcissist back after no contact because they are dirty as hell, all right? You don't want some dirty ass narcissist who's been sleeping all around the block coming back now and bringing some STD disease to you. Not today, Satan. Keep your dirty ass over there, okay? I don't want somebody who's sitting there and lying to me and telling me, oh, they were crying for me every night, and meanwhile they were sleeping to make themselves feel better. Oh, hell no, okay? Don't let them back in, okay? Your ex is your ex for a reason. Don't let them back in. They not only had you replaced before the no contact, but they were going wild with it during the no contact. Listen to me when I tell you this. I have seen this. They are going wild during no contact, being very promiscuous, okay? So I'm losing my voice. I hope that helps you. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. If you're looking for confidential one-on-one phone coaching, check out the link in the bio at askyaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. I have limited time and availability, you guys. Also, check out my YouTube, over 7,000 videos. There's a lot of information at the Game Exposed podcast on YouTube. TikTok is the Game Exposed, and Facebook and Instagram is the Game EXP123. And have a great day.